Well, hello, everybody. It feels so weird to be starting a brand new series. But here we are. I'm Romania Black. My name is Romania Black. And the last 4 years, I have been week to week cataloging the works of Donmai author MXTX, and it has been an amazing journey to travel through all three of their novels, Modao Zushi, Heaven Official's Blessing, and most recently, Scum Villain's Self-Saving System. All three novels and their series and subsequent volumes, I highly recommend if you've not seen them. But yeah, so I started back in December of 2020 December, looking at Modao Zushi, and I've been following the series. I started Modao Zushi, went to Heaven Official's Blessing, and then Scum Villain, and now for the first time on my channel, for Donmai Mondays, as I've wanted to have it, we're starting a new series with a new Donmai author. The only Donghua that I've watched is Link Click, other than this series, but I have seen like some stuff for Janyu Yaoi that has been like Korean based. But as far as Chinese animation Donghua goes, this is, other than MXTX works and Link Click, I've not seen any other features. And so, first of all, Word of Honor has been recommended ever since I watched The Untamed, because it was connected to Modao Zushi. Ever since I watched The Untamed, I've had Word of Honor recommended over and over again. And then when there were recommendations of the Donmai to replace Scum Villain, Faraway Wanderer, which is by the author Priest, which, by the way, from the recommendations, I can see Priest has authored a mini Donmai, which is exciting. But Faraway Wanderer had been heavily suggested, and Word of Honor as well. So, as I always do, I always start with the televised media first, whether it's a Donghua or the live action first, because I want to get that first impression. And then when I go back and look at the novel and read it, then you get all the extra goodies. I find that it works better that way. If you read the book first and then you watch the adaptation, you may be disappointed because you're like, oh, well, these aren't the characters that I thought they were going to be, or they're not the actors I expected to portray them, or they may think, oh, well, they left this stuff out. So I like starting with the televised adaptation and then go to the source material. So that way you get the goodies, right? And if it's not as good as the televised material, then that's fine. But I have a feeling that it usually will be. So yeah, so Word of Honor and Faraway Wonder won the poll over on Patreon. It was very, very close. Very close. So the good news is that we probably will get to another series this year, because this series is only 36 episodes long and there's only one volume of the novel. One novel volume. I was like, oh, what a change of pace. I've gone from reading 4, 5, and 8 novel volumes, 8-volume series, to just one. Oh, this feels so, I like clutch my pearls. It feels so weird to be doing this. So I'm really excited. I'm excited to do, obviously we'll be spending a good chunk of this year looking at Word of Honor and Faraway Wanderer, but it'll be exciting to know that we won't be like in it for years, and we can move on to some of those other series that got very, very close in the polling. So that's really exciting. Now, to answer some of your questions. One, I want to give a huge shout out to Reiki, because as you may have seen from my community post that has been posted over on YouTube and Patreon, my internet went out earlier, about 7 days ago. And so I got it back after 3 days, which is great. I have power now, which is wonderful. There's a ton of snow on the ground. There's been a big winter storm come through. We had a huge ice storm and then snow on top of it. And I don't have internet. So I have a little hotspot that's very rinky-dink. It's not very reliable. It takes like 3 hours to download a video. So it took like an hour to download this the other day. And I was like, okay. But the good news is that fellow patron Reiki, let's give Reiki a huge shout out, has been willing to send me the files for Word of Honor that I can download to my computer after I get them home from work and then watch them here. I can edit from home using the hotspot and then upload at work. It's a process. But I want to thank Reiki for helping me do that, because that's made it possible for me to even do these reactions. Now, originally, when I was doing The Untamed, I did like 2 episodes per viewing. With my internet situation the way that it is, I want to just stick with 1 per now, but I have asked Reiki, The Untamed was known for doing there was a couple episodes that just ended mid-sentence, and I was like, what in the world? And so apparently that's a trope, and I'm like, how dare you? So I did ask Reiki if there are episodes that will be like that to let me know. But here's the thing, y'all. Don't comment down below. Don't be like, oh, you should watch these episodes together. Please don't do that. I'm having moderators check this series. I won't read those comments. So instead, just trust. Trust in your content creator. Trust in the moderators. We got this. If there are episodes that I need to watch together, I will do so. And if my internet comes back up and I get more time later this spring, I may do some 2-episode joined reactions. But for now, 1 episode is all I can fit in with the time frame that I have right now. So it's going to be 1 episode per week per now. But that may be subject to change. So just keep that in mind. Don't you worry. The other thing is I am going to be using headphones for this reaction because it is so long and it is live action, and I just feel more comfortable with copyright and things like that doing it this way. There will be a timer-based reaction down below that will have the full picture-in-picture just without the sound. If you're somebody that likes to see the visuals, I get that. I've had a lot of people say that, but hopefully you can just sync up your audio as I watch this. But the final thing is I have been told that for now, I need to skip the OP and EDs. Do not try to talk me out of it. It will not work. I'm a Taurus bitch. Once I've made up my mind, you're not convincing me otherwise. So I am going to be skipping the OP and ED for now. At some point, I will be able to watch it. Don't you worry. I will react to it at some point. So, but just not yet. And then, as always on my channel, I try to go in 100% blind to series. I don't like knowing what they're about. I don't like knowing genre. I don't like knowing anything. I like investigating, dissecting, tearing apart shows, analyzing them, and figuring them out as we go. So I'm really excited about that. So that should be a lot of fun. But yeah, as per that, what I just said, I know nothing about this series. It's called Word of Honor, and it's based off the novel Faraway Wanderer. That's all I know. I'm going into this 100% blind. I've had no spoilers, no clue. I've never even seen promotional material for this series. And the good news is, because Reiki's got me the files, I literally just downloaded it and it's like, there it is. So, but I'm really excited because a lot of people have wanted me to watch Word of Honor for a very long time. And it feels good to finally get to a series that has been on the polls previously and that has been recommended so many times. So thank you all. But yeah, with that being said, we're not going to waste any more time. I've talked for way too long, but thank you all so much for being so kind and watching with me. I've got my coffee poured. I've got my mic ready. I am all set to go, y'all. Let's not waste any more time and dive in, shall we? We are going to watch Faraway Wanderer, aka Word of Honor, episode 1. And we're going to do that here in 3, 2, 1. And I'm going to tell you, set your timers to 1 minute and 46 seconds because I skipped the OP. Oh, not going to give you a title, bitch. Oh, shit. We're going to go back to all of this in discussion. Oh, hi. An armory that can make you invincible overnight. Sheila Yin would be so proud. The glazed armor. This seems like an innuendo. This was a lot at once. We're going to get White Raccoon out immediately. Oh, hi, Prince Jin. Hi, Prince Jin. How you doing? We're going to have to go back through all of that. White Raccoon is going to have to come out. Already, like 30 seconds in. Oh, hi, Military Governor's Mansion. This feels so Modazushi. It really does. And I'm so excited for that. It's been so long since a series like that. Oh. What is it? Oh, hi. Oh my gosh. I don't want to use the word ninjas, but what do we call them? With the snowflake lanterns. Man, we got a lot of archers for this one dude. Oh, they want to get the lanterns are not meant to be there. Oh, okay. Well, now that makes more sense. Officer Lee, I feel like he's been in the Untamed. Oh shit! Ooh! Ooh! We got some blood! Ooh! Oh man! This guy, Academy Award right now, freaked out. Oh, very House of Hidden Dragon. House of Hidden Daggers, let's go! Ooh! This guy... Ah, just go out! Just go... Boop! Bye, bitch! Oh! Oh! Oh, I thought they had him. Confidential letter? Why? I just love the guy just floated back like Princess Peach from Mario 2. Oh! Oh, okay. This is so stylized. Are there people hiding in all of the lanterns or just a few? Oh, the sword following him. Why? It's so dramatic. So dramatic. I want this to be one line in the book. Just one line. There was a sword battle, and that's all we got. But it was like 5 minutes in this episode. Oh. Oh. Oh, a dramatic reveal. Look at how glam! Zhou Zishu. Zhou Zishu. Wait! Do I know? What? Is that? No, his hair's too perfect. You're not going to be able to do much. Do you see there's... Oh! Oh! Ah! Oh, not a lock out of place. Not a flyaway. That is a true diva bitch. What? Bitch, what? He's too polished to be defeated. Oh, that cape billowing. Look at this diva bitch. Look at him. Not a flyaway. Not a hair out of place. He's like, I dressed up as a vampire today, bitch. No, no. The eye roll! Oh, I love him already! Oh! All the papers, no! Lamonji? Oh, no. No, Xing'an. She's so pretty, though. I love that she planned that whole thing to be fluid. Oh, the red and blue motif. I love it. The red and blue. The red and black and the blue and white. Zhang. Oh, by the way, I may have killed your dad. I hope that's okay. Oh. They are setting the most unrealistic hair standards in all of cinema. Oh, so you scratched my back, so I'm giving you the option. Oh! Oh, this man ain't straight. He just told her to go kill herself when she's that pretty? And you just talked about her being nice? This man is not here for the ladies. Oh, she gonna commit suicide like that? What? Really? Damn! Was she gonna stab herself anyway? The Four Seasons? At the Four Seasons? I can't believe she just killed herself. He's like, wait, did I make a bad decision? Should I have kept you alive longer? Oh. Oh, I love his ponytail. It's so cute. He's so cute. Oh my God, did you just kill your best friend's girlfriend? Oh no! There is so much drama already. Ah, oh, I thought it was a knife, but it's a hairpin. Bitch, you killed your best friend's girlfriend. Oh shit. And it was her hairpin. I thought it was a knife and she was going to kill herself when she found out her dad died, but no. Well, just hit a few snags. Damn, why has he got so much swagger? This man has more swagger than like half the cast of half the series I've seen. Oh. Not a bit of snow landed on that man's head. That's okay, there's like 2 flakes. 2 flakes. That's how you know you're a main antagonist. I do love the set pieces. The set design here is beautiful. This guy. Who be this? There's been so much happening in like 10 minutes. It's insane. He was a former member of the Four Seasons. The country club kicked him out. We have to get more membership or we're going to lose our club privileges. Who's going to run the golf course? We can't run the restaurant. Wounds? He's too pretty for wounds. Entry without exit. Well, that's what they're calling it these days. That guy's like, damn. White Raccoon is going to have so much fun with this. Once you enter the window of heaven, you can't leave. Is this Hotel California? I feel like some of these actors were in The Untamed. I have a lifetime membership, bitch. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, I'm going to have to look up this main actor because I know he was in The Untamed. I know he was. You know me, toilets left scrub kid. I love when they do the little eye twitch where it's like the half-lidded eyes. Like they're about to make a bad decision. Yeah, he just does it there. Oh, what is this ultimatum? Ooh, ooh, oh, you're gonna do the torture device. Oh, that sounds like not good ideas. These guys are like, what a badass. What a boss. He's so flawless. He's so flawless. Zhao is like, God. Every Disney villain wishes. Will you now? Like you've taken care of other people's families? Are you gonna scrub the toilets in the country club, son? I just can't help but think of the Four Seasons as like a hotel chain and a country club. And that's what's gonna be. Oh, so we get the names for these guys. Okay, Commander and Vice Leader. They're not just random red shirts. They have purpose. Good. Oh, what is this thing with nails? Nope, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Are we gonna crucify him? What we doing? What? Oh, no. Oh, no, I don't like this at all. The ominous music isn't helping. Oh my God. Oh, ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, ooh, they nailed him to it. Oh, gross. Oh. Of the 7 orifices and 3 autumns. Yeah, thank you, kid, for asking. Ah, young squire. Oh. It's an oddly specific time frame. Oh, ooh. Oh, losing the speech first is pretty rough. Oh, I thought they said incontinent, and I was like, well, that would be bad too. Oof. That's the worst part. You're going to feel everything. He's asking all the good questions. Oh. Oh, it's a cult. It's a damn cult. Shit. He's so flawless. I'm so enamored with him. His skin is perfect. I want to see him with his hair down. As far as villains go, he is everything to me. I don't even know if he's the villain or not, but he's everything. Oh. Well, shit. That's what he said. Take care of the family. Ah, the cape. Everything. I'm living. Oh. Oh, he's so dramatic. The Four Seasons is closing down for renovations. I only think he's the villain, I mean, because he stormed the place, and because he's wearing black and red, but, you know, that doesn't always equate villain, but 10 years on a path of no return. He's been closing down the Four Seasons ever since. But what about his injury? He said he hadn't healed. Ooh. Oh. No, a slowly dying, dramatically beautiful man. Stop. But where is his Lamonji? Where is his lover? How is he going to find this? How will he find purpose again? Who will give him peace of soul? We must know. Oh. Oh, this is from a while back. Interesting. So he's been injured. Oh. So Zhu Zhao is the one that they think is dead. Is he actually dead? Is he actually dead, or is he going to be the lover that he thought was dead but really wasn't? And that he was in love with a girl, but then you killed the girl that he liked. And he's an artist, girl. Oh. I'm going to paint over these white flowers with the red of my grief and the blood of my enemies. No, I love him already. I just want to give him a big hug. What is this injury, sir? Oh. Oh, but how have you... Oh. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, so you've already done this? Oh, sweetheart. Oh, that's him. Yeah. Oh, so he's the one with the ponytail. Yes. Yes. So he's slowly killing himself. And he'll slowly lose all of his senses. What? Well, we just got the beard out of the way, basically, is what it sounds like. This looks like a 90s music video, and I'm here for it. Oh my god. So he's supposedly dead. So the friend that he loved, was in love with, is supposedly dead. This man is so expressive. Like, oh my god. His eyes, everything about him. Well, I'm going to say that's a no, because I don't know. Is he actually dead? And he has the tear on one side, she has the tear on the other side. A fated love triangle that you just conveniently wiped out. He's so expressive, damn! Oh! Damn. Oh, you poor dramatic villainous man! I want you to have the best of all the worlds. Y'all. Him, I would have a whole... Teenage me would... Oh my god! Teenage me would have a whole room filled with just his portrait. Oh, Zhao. Oh, Zhao, you, yes, sir. What we doing, Zhao? Mm-hmm. 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 And he puts that cape back on. Mm-hmm. Oh, oh, the scenery, all of it. It's so beautiful. It's so dramatic. Look how perfect he is. He's flawless. Not a fly away. That makeup, everything. Oh, Zhou Zishu, what we doing? What if his bestie gets reincarnated? What if he's not actually dead and he just thought he was? Okay, so this guy's actually still alive. You're too pretty to be on the floor. So this is in the present because he's talking about her dying. Man, if he thinks he doesn't look well and he looks like this, I can't imagine when he's healthy. Ooh. So you say. He's like, yeah, but... He's like, I'm sorry, what? What's going on? He's like, is this about to become something I didn't think it was about to become? Is this about to become an entirely different genre than I thought it was about to be? He's like, I was not prepared for this. Oh, shit. Oh, girl. Oh, you know. Oh, this was intentional, y'all. Oh, The seventh nail's on my penis. Oh. So how long ago did he do this now? How long's it been? Because he said he had 3 years. Okay, he's only done 6 of them. Okay. So he still has 1 more left. Huh. Why are you bribing me with your hotness? Yeah, why are you self-harming, dude? Bro, not cool. Oh my god! Oh! Oh, wow. Okay, so 2 extra years, so it's been a year. If he's, oh. But you can't. Shit! I hate how hot you are! Oh. Damn! Damn! What the fudge? He's like, well, I'm on my knees here. What? Oh my God. We are getting so much in this first episode. These people on the ground are like, the tea. The tea. Okay, so... Oh! So can I get up or... So he's not giving him the 7th nail yet? This guy's like, bro. Bro. He's like, he's too hot for me to order around. Do y'all have this on slow motion the entire time? No, don't put the 7th nail in. You're gonna... Why you go put the 7th nail in and kill yourself? Don't do it, Zhou. Oh, is his hair down? Or is this someone else? Oh, to the underworld. I want to see him with his hair down. You cowards! Show it! Show us! You cowards! Oh, his hair is down. What? What? Oh, what? Is that supposed to be Zhou? Rugged hot Zhou? Rugged hot. He's too hot to be a beggar. What is this? What? I feel like the novel's going to explain so much more. But it's fine. But it's fine. But it's fine. Aha! The sound effect. What is happening with this puppet show? What is going on? This little gremlin! He's a wizard, Harry! Oh. That hat is ridiculous. Oh, a hanging ghost! Oh, okay. Ah! Chi-Rong would be so proud. Oh. Oh! Can we choke ghosts and make them bleed blood? In the Ghost Valley, I suppose you can. What is this tree? Who is this with the red? What is all this? Who is this? Hua Chong, is this you? In the Ghost Valley. Twirling your acorns or your walnuts. I love the red. Who are all these characters? Whoa. Oh, a changing ghost. So 10 devil ghosts. Oh, who's the blonde? I'm so curious. This feels very Hua Chong vibes. Oh, you crushed the walnuts, you dead bitch! My glazed armor, what? Wait, we talked about the beginning. But we're not seeing his face! Come on! Who be this? Son of a bitch! I want to know! 3 months later? There's 1,000 things happening in this episode. Is our hot antagonist now going to be Hot Beggar Man? So he can hide away and nobody can find him as he lives out the rest of his days as a beggar? Because he believes this is the just desserts he deserves. But now who is this? She's like, girl, I'm getting wasted on a Wednesday. Oh, that is him. But it said 3 months later. Ha! Hey, girl! What? When? Oh, he's so cute! He's so cute! Sunbathing. She's adorable! Ah! Is he... Ooh. He just brought her out to get white girl wasted? What? And what? Is he the leader of the devils? He looks similar to them from what we saw. He's so confident. Girl, put her on Jersey Shore. Let's go. He seems like the devil man, the leader of the devil ghosts. What? Ah, God. I mean... Oh my God! Huh. Uh... Interesting. I'm so curious where this is gonna go. Oh, and girl's just like, I'm gonna fly towards you. Like, what? Was there acid in that drink, girl? Huh. Hmm. Cheers! Aw. Girl. It's like, oh, who, me? What? Who, when? Huh. Oh, with the fan? With the fan? Does he look like somebody you once knew? Somebody that I used to know. Oh, right, right. There's too much diva-ness in this series. There's too many divas. There's too much beautiful arrogance. I can't. I cannot. She's like, I'm gonna kick you in the face. Not the rice. Oh, really? I love her outfit, by the way. It's amazing. Oh. Oh. I like that she's a bully because she like tried to kick him. Ah! Kind lady, huh? Oh, damn. Or was she just pretending to be kind lady? Girl. Is she one of the demons? I have so many theories, so many questions. Uh-huh. Smooth moves for a beggar. Uh-huh. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, what? No! No! How dare you? How dare you end the episode there? Oh, well, don't worry. We have a lot to talk about already. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. we were 30 seconds into this episode and I was like, oh, we're going to have to bring Whiteboard Coon out. That's just going to have to happen. Yes, indeed. If you don't know Whiteboard Coon and you are new to this channel, this is Whiteboard Coon. He is my assistant in explaining all things, as since I'm a teacher, I love using whiteboards, and Whiteboard Coon is probably going to come in handy a lot in this series. Now, I want to establish a couple things before we start this discussion. A couple of things, especially if you are new to this channel, to help save your wrists for the comments down below. One, I am fully aware that because I am from a Western perspective, that I will miss a lot of tropes from series. This is the second C drama I've ever watched, Untamed being the first. So there's a lot of tropes I'm probably going to miss. I am very prejudiced by my exposure from a Western perspective of Chinese cinema and Chinese tropes. So I understand that. The one thing that I do not want in the comments is for people to try to explain the story. Please don't do that. Because, one, I like to, if I miss something in this episode or I don't understand something, there is a very good chance that as we watch the series, we got 37 episodes to go through, I'm probably going to maybe figure it out. And if I don't figure it out, The good news is I'll have the book to read after this. And the book I'm already sensing in my head. I'm already getting flashbacks from previous Don Mai that I've looked at, that the book is probably going to explain way more than this series has, and it will make more sense when we dive into it. So I just want to say that I'm going to be clear with the mods as well. I don't want people explaining every little thing and correcting every little thing. Don't do that, please. Save your risk, because I won't read those comments. I want to focus more on what I do know right now and what I do want to talk about and what has been presented. And then as we go, I am sure the series will explain more and we'll get more into it. So there was a lot of exposition in this first episode. So I'm like, okay, all right. And a lot of characters introduced and a lot of drama. And the actor that plays Zhou, who I wanted to, I for some reason, I thought he looked to me in my mind, it's been a while since I've watched The Untamed, he looked like a combination of two characters in The Untamed for me. And I'm not going to say who, because it's very embarrassing now, because then when I went and looked up them on the cast list, I'm like, nope. But I thought he was in The Untamed. He is not. But his name, Jaehan, sir, you can get it. He is my type. I was like, oh, he was instantly my type. I was like, oh, I am instantly attracted to you, sir. I'm like, yes, please. His eyes are so beautiful, and the rest of him's not bad either. I was like, ooh, all right, sir. Hello. I'm usually a blonde hair, blue-eyed girl, but I was like, I can make exceptions. And this is a very big exception. So I was instantly like, I'm on board with whatever this man is dishing out. So we're going to keep that to a minimum, of course. But man, this show knows exactly what it's selling to its audience, let me tell you. So word of honor. There's a lot going on. And we started a minute and 46. And within 10 seconds, I was like, oh, we have a lot of stuff to talk about with Whiteboard Coon. So they just dive into the exposition as per usual. You watch shows like this all the time, don't you know? And so they explain a lot. So 20 years ago, we're going to map this out. So we have to explain all of this. 20 years ago, 20 years prior, after the evil Rongzhan was killed. So Rongzhan was killed in Mount Qingya. Okay. All right. So we have that. After that, 20 years ago, all this went down. And so we have this battle scene play out by the 5 lakes, 4 seasons, 5 lakes. I'm like, y'all, okay. So he was killed by the 5 Lakes Alliance, which kind of reminds me of like the sects in other series where it's like the 12 Peak Lords and all this. So basically the 5 Lakes Alliance. Oh, and company and other heroes. And other heroes joined in too, right? And so we had this guy showing up here and left behind an armory that could make someone invincible. So wait, I want to go there. What did I say? Rongguang. So was it Rongguang that left behind the armory? So it seems after they were defeated, he left behind an armory that can make anyone invincible overnight. So Rongguang has this special armory. Hua Chong would be jealous. Has this armory that can make one invincible. Okay, I'm down. It's buried in this ice, which makes for the glazed. So in this, it says, in order to open the armory, one must first find the glazed armor. I was thinking of something sexual with glazed, but anyway, so in order to open the armory, you have to have this glazed armor. And it looks like a recycle symbol, essentially. I'm sure there's more cultural significance to that, but it definitely looks like this little recycle symbol is what it looks like. Glazed armor. Okay. And it looks like it's made of ice, which is kind of cool. I like that. And so afterwards, the nursery rhyme spread across the land, causing various forces. So I'm sure the novel is going to explain this in more detail, but it looks as if it was split apart. Okay, so it was all connected All this was originally connected, but it's been split into different pieces, it looks like. So in order to open it, they have to find the armory. And then there's a hand that shows it has a piece of it. So it looks like it's been split into possibly 4 parts. Maybe. So everybody was like, we got to go find all the pieces of the glazed armor to go be able to get into this armory. And those yearning for control over the armory's treasures. And yeah, it shows people like looking and like killing others to find pieces of the armor and searching for it in secret. Okay. So there's these different parts and pieces of the glazed armor that everybody's looking for to get to this magnificent armory that's going to make you invincible. We got this storyline going on. All right. Then we have Prince Jin. He was at the beginning. Prince Jin, who is way out in the north, he was starting to make his move. It says Prince Jin, who is located out in the north, was starting to make his move. And we see this guy here. He looks really great. Is a very interesting character so far. That he's trying to make his move and basically do some kind of reclaiming or takeover or something. Okay, so he's basically was starting a battle and wants to become ruler. All right. Now, as far as we know, at this point, he's not interested in the glazed armor. The Prince Jin guy is just trying to, like, gain his rule through the old-fashioned way of takeover. So, cool. All right. So then we go to this military governor's mansion where we have all these troops show up. I really like the idea of the people, the soldiers hiding, the mercenaries hiding in the lanterns. That part's great. That part was awesome. And then on top of the hill is this man who's a mercenary, and there's all these lanterns. And at first I was like, why do they have all the people aiming the arrows at the lanterns? But then there are people inside of them that are fighting, so that makes sense. Yeah. The action in this is very stylized. I was thinking of like House of Flying Daggers. I was thinking of they were very prevalent in the 2000s. Like there was a lot of Chinese action films where it's all the very slow motion flying through the air, The Matrix drew a lot of influence from it. I don't want to get the names of the movies wrong, but I know that style of cinematography. So I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, it's fine. I do like the Untamed was a lot more organic in its fight scenes, and this is very hyper stylized, which is fine. The choreography is great. I have nothing against it. The one thing that got me though is when Zhao like went back from that one guy, he floated and it looked like Princess Peach from Mario 2, like it was really funny unintentionally, but that's the only point there. So Prince Jin is secretly training assassins in the window of heaven. So that's what this governor is writing out. So the governor has found information. So the governor has info that there are secret assassins trained in this group called the Window of Heaven, which seems very cultish. Like Hotel California, you can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave sort of scenario of what's going on. And he's like, in order to kill important court officials. And he's intending on rebelling. So the governor is Officer Lee. So Officer Lee is the one who found out all this info. And Prince Jin has these assassins that he's going to use to take out officials so that he can take the position as leader. Okay. And he's the military governor. This man, the guy playing Officer Lee, damn, his acting, he was like all in on it. He was like, I am getting this award. I'm surprised how much blood we see in this battle because I'm not technically used to that. So then we have this guy, the Window of Heaven's assassins have arrived. And he's like, you need to hurry with me. And this guy, he was like, shit, they're coming to get me. Gotta go. I guess the one guy didn't end up mattering because they just get on the rooftop and everything. And he's trying to protect him and they leave. But that's when Zhao shows up. Zhao with his perfect eyes. It says and over the letter so that people can't find out. Yeah, and of course, Zhao is a really good sword fighter. He's an assassin. So he's been trained in such ways and manages to just all the flying over there. And then I think he kills that one guy. Does he not? I believe he kills him because he's trying to get to Lee. Yeah, because the guy throws the sword back and he ends up parrying him. And then if I was the one guy, I would have ran off. If I was Lee, I would have ran off and been like, oh, while you guys are fighting, I'm going to get out of here. But no, he knocks over the hat, knocks off the mask that he's wearing. And then I'm just going to say it, y'all. Zhou, for wearing a hat and a mask, he gets that knocked off and that cape billows and he does not have a shred of hat hair. That is ungodly, unrealistic hair expectations. That bun is so perfectly manicured on top of that head. There is not a flyaway in place. It is like every ounce of cultivation magic or whatever that works is keeping that all in order. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me, sir? Maybe it's his cultivation. His cultivation allows him to have no helmet hair, perfection with his locks. So good for him. So we have Zhou. We have Zhou Zishu. Zhou Zishu. And he is the leader. He is the leader of the assassins, the leader of the Window of Heaven. Window of Heaven, word of honor. And Faraway Wanderer, I guess, kind of goes along with the beggar aspect. So my dog is also probably going to want me to play with him, so we'll have to deal with him. He is always looking so glamorous. I was like, the cape motif, the black, the reds and blues. Like, I was instantly, like, before he even took off his shirt, I was like, all on board. And they're like, Officer Zhou, you're from the Window of Heaven, so you're part of the assassins. We didn't know that. And he's like, oh, I'm here to see Officer Lee off, meaning I'm here to kill him. And it's like, boom. So they find out he's a traitor. That guy ends up dying, surprising no one. And then Zhao's like, it's your turn. He's so perfect. Everything about him is amazing. The billowy cape, all that shit. And they're like, your actions have consequences. He's like, I want that letter. You are taking the side of evil, and a future of disaster starts today. But this was kind of his last job. This was before he decides to leave. I love that he kind of rolls his eyes like, bitch, you don't even know me. But it's kind of like he's been a member of this association for a while, and this was kind of his last gig before he's like, I'm going to die without regrets. And then, he kills him. Slits his throat, takes the letters, gets all that. There's a whole bunch of letters. So then his daughter's downstairs. Her entire robe is billowed out perfectly. Princess Jing'an, the military governor's daughter. So then we have down here, we're going to put Jing'an was Lee's daughter. And she was also the could-be girlfriend of their childhood friend, who will get his name in a second. And she's sitting there with that hairpin. This all seems like a lot of exposition at once of like, oh, crap, I didn't know this about you until the very last minute. I'll be honest, y'all. The moment he came in there, I know I joked that I was like, there's no way this man is straight for letting her live, for letting her die. But also, now that we know his position, there's no way he could have taken her with him. But still, him telling her to commit suicide is such a shame. She was gorgeous. And he's like, yeah, by the way, the military governor conspired with corrupt officials in an attempt to revolt and has already been killed. He just comes out and says it. He's like, oh, by the way, your dad just died. He was, involved in some collusion. No big deal. Sorry about that. Had to take care of him. And she's like, what? Like, she didn't have time to process this. She didn't have time to process all of this. And she's like, but my father's not a traitor. He's like, he deserves punishment for his impure heart. Which is funny because he was just telling Zhao the same thing. So who's telling the truth, right? And then she's like, well, why are you here? He's like, I'm paying you a visit to let you make a choice. Thank you, Your Highness. In the midst of chaos circumstance, you escorted my junior Qin Zhujiao's body all the way back to me. So Qin, we have Qin Zhujiao. They were the childhood friend. And I feel like Zhao was in love with him and took it pretty hard when he died. And she escorted the body back. So he's like, look, you paid me a kindness. That was real nice of you. And so now I'm giving you a choice that, you know, you can die, or since because of your high status, you can just commit suicide and we won't have to kill you. Oh, the choices. And she's like, oh, well, thank you, sir, for giving me this great opportunity after killing my entire family. And you want to give me the dignity to die unscathed. Nice of you. She's so pretty. Dang. And she's like, give me the damn bottle. Oh, she just takes it and she's like, whatever. And then when he sees the pin, that's when I'm like, I guess he didn't realize. Because what did she ask there? Well, she said, where did you bury him? Zhou Zishu, where did you bury him at? And he says the Four Seasons Mountain Villa. So supposedly he is buried at the damn Four Seasons. At the Four Seasons Mountain Villa. This damn Mountain Villa, I tell y'all. Which there's a hotel chain in the U.S. called Four Seasons. So as soon as I called that, I can only picture like just a resort, right? He's lying next to Master. So I don't know who the Master is, but apparently it's next to the Master. So I don't know if she like trained with them when they were younger or what the situation was, but she's like, okay. And then he notices, and she's like, the flowers bloom through all four seasons. And they know everything in the world. And he's like, why'd you say that? That sounds very familiar. And then he sees the hairpin that he gave her. And he's like, well, where did you get that from? And she's like, oh, it's what your bestie was carving me. So it says, former younger lord of the Four Seasons Mountain Villa. Okay, Qin Zhuzhao. Some of these characters look very similar. And so I was like, or they have the same hairstyle. And I'm like, what? But he does seem a bit different. Okay. Man. And to see him look younger. Because yeah, the guy that plays Qin, I'm gonna take a screenshot of him here in a second. I love his little ponytail. But yeah, I love that it gets taken, the hairpin gets taken away. And he's like, it's so ugly. And he's like, give that to me. I've been flirting with him. I'm like, it's so cute. And he's like, if you found a girl you love, then I'm happy for you. It's like, oh, are you now? Are you happy for him, or are you mad because it couldn't be you? I'm just saying. So I want to get a picture of his face because I feel like he looks similar to another guy. So yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just seeing the ponytail and the bangs and I'm getting myself all kinds of mixed up, but we're going to take a picture of him. We're going to take a picture of Zhou Zishu just so that we have that. So he figures out that Jingyan, after he retired from his position, he was going to come and propose to me and all that fun stuff. And he's like, well, shit, I've killed my bestie's future fiance and saw how that worked out. Good job. And everything was taken care of. Only a few stubborn generals resist. He looks so good. Zhao's character walking through like a damn Sith Lord with those black robes and everything and his perfect coiffed hair that has like a few snowflakes just dangling on it. And he's like, and I killed them. I mean, setting him up automatically as like an antagonistic character. Y'all. And he says, leader Bai Changfeng made a huge mistake during the mission to assassinate. What does it say? During the mission, he made a huge mistake. Bai made a huge mistake during the mission to assassinate the military general, and he insisted on leaving the window of heaven, which infuriated Prince Jin, and he ordered you to deal with it personally. So his uncle, so then we have him, that Bai Chang, is it Chang Wang? See here, that he made a mistake, and Zhao was sentenced to give him the 7 nails as punishment. So basically Zhao's become like Prince Jin's like assassin dog to do all of his all of his dirty work, right? He does all the dirty work, even when it means going through. He basically is the leader of this assassin's den, and he's in charge of dealing out justice to everyone there. I love the set pieces. The set pieces and design of this entire series is so good so far. I love all of it. It's all so pretty. Even like the snow falling through looks gorgeous. We also get these two guys, which I'm assuming will probably have a bigger role in the series later on. We just get introduced to them this episode. But yeah, he comes up to there. What an actor. Like, you can tell this guy's a veteran actor. He does a really good job. Uncle Bai Chang Feng, the guard of the Window of Heaven, the former member of the Four Seasons Mountain Villa, former club member. So, yeah, so Chang Feng. Chang Feng, he's formerly in the Four Seasons Mountain Villa. Okay. But he probably came there with Zhao. And then he knows he's about to get punished for whatever reason. And he's like, you and I are the only remaining members of the Four Season Mountain Villa. And it's about to be just him, right? Now it's just you and me. He says, 81 of our brothers came to Jinzhou with you, and now it's just the two of us. So basically, the members of the Mountain Villa joined this group. Even, yeah. The entire group joined him, and now it's just the two of them. And by this point, we have assumed that Zhao's already put the nails inside of him. He said, have you not healed? How come your wounds haven't healed yet? And he's like, well, you know, shadows without traces, intrigue without exit. He's like, they're still inside of me, that's why. So, know everything and be everywhere. Ooh. And those two guys seem to know what's going on. These were the 4 tasks that Prince Jin requested of me when I first created the Window of Heaven. So what were those again? He says, shadows and entrances without exits, know everything and be everywhere. So he's like basically talking about how he's essentially kind of sold his soul to be this assassin for what Prince Jin wants him to do. Is that kind of what he's saying, I'm assuming? As he created this assassin's guild. Once you enter the Window of Heaven, you cannot leave. So basically, he was like, you're going to create this assassin's den for me, but you're now going to be under my service for life, and you can't leave. Which Zhao's like, actually, Jin, I can. If I do this ceremonial thing with the nails, you're not going to have a choice. He's like, I know I can't walk out, so can't I be carried out? Even if I can live freely for one day, it's better than continuing to be his running dog. Which I kind of think influences Zhao to leave and be a beggar. He's like, if I'm going to die anyway, why am I going to die as his dog? Why don't I just go live a leisurely life as a beggar and live out the rest of my 3 years? Would you rather become a cripple than working for me? And he's like, over the years, we followed the mountain villa through thick and thin, and I did everything you asked me to. But the members of the Four Seasons were continuously persecuted, and it made me unable to begin questioning his intentions. So basically, it sounds like Uncle Bai was like, I figured the writing on the wall. We were hired to be part of this guild, but in the end, we were just basically being used. So now that we've come this far, he's like, I can't move on. So I'd rather have the nails. And he's like, let's not even mention the 7 nails. Even if I have to endure 1,000 blades, I would still quit. He's like, I can't take it anymore. He's basically like, I'm done. I don't want to be in the guild anymore. And if this is the only way for me to get out, then so be it. Damn. He's like, I know you have no other choice, and I don't blame you. He's like, but I'm my own person. Wow. If our relationship still matters to you, then give me the nails. The nails are crazy. I also like the trope, now that I've looked at some MXTX stuff, the trope of how things are explained through exposition, of characters explaining to characters that don't know. I love that. So then we get these two guys, the commander of the Window of Heaven and vice leader of the Window of Heaven, who I'm assuming now that Zhao has left to become a beggar, are going to take over. So we have Han Ying, who's the commander of the Window of Heaven. And then we have Duan Pengzhu, who is the vice captain of the Window of Heaven. Cool. So we got these two guys. They are just mentioned, but now that Zhao has kind of left the office, I'm sure that they're going to take over and go from there. So we have the 7 nails. Damn. And there's some supernatural cultivation stuff because he uses like the power of psychic ability to put the nails in. Anyway, so then we get this kid asking, what are the nails of the 7 orifices and 3 autumns? which are 3 years. And he's like, oh, Brother Song, what exactly are they? This kid knows all the right questions to ask. And I love the one guy, he overacts it so well. He says, 3 autumns promises death in 3 years. Uh-huh. So basically it says, once you're pierced with these nails, you'll not only use your martial arts, but you'll slowly lose your 5 senses. So essentially, as I throw this toy to my dog, essentially what this amounts to is that with the 7 nails, they're pierced in you. You have 3 years, and you slowly lose your powers, and you slowly lose your senses once you're pierced with the 7 nails. Okay. Fair enough. In the beginning, you'll be unable to speak, hear, smell, or see. So I guess taste goes last. So it goes sight, hearing, smelling, or speech. So your voice, and then sound is last. Or no, sight. Yeah, sight, voice, hearing, smell, and sight, and I guess taste is last. Interesting. And then you'll become insentient. And only this way will you be unable to leak the secrets of the windows of heaven outside. Yeah, and those guys look very happy that he's making sure this guy doesn't betray them. He's like, you'll understand what will happen even though you don't have your senses. You're allowed to live for 3 years before it's lights out for you. Okay. He's like, why would anyone want to suffer through that? And he's like, do you think they'd let you die so easily? That's the rule. To make you feel this fear so you don't think about leaving. Yeah. And so, man, that sucks. And poor Zhou is like, what do we do? He's like, if you lose your mind and don't want to stay in here anymore, then the best thing you could do is just to die. So anyway, then Zhou comes out. And he's like, don't call me Lord ever again. Okay. So he basically is like, I'm done here. I've had to basically sentence my uncle to die in 3 years as a cripple and as someone who's lost all their senses. He says, I'm the only survivor. It serves me right to keep living. The leader of the window of heaven. I'm above hundreds of thousands of men and below only one. So yeah, Jin is the only one that he's below right now. But I can't save a single person I want to protect. As he's tortured himself with the nails of his own. Oh my God. So then he goes to Jin, and Jin's like, well, why hasn't your wounds? This one guy reminded me a little bit of Officer Lee. So I thought for a second we were doing a flashback, but we were not. He's like, the treacherous official has rallied many people who are skilled at martial arts. And the incident must have aggravated his eternal injuries. So, how long has it been since Zhu Zhao's death? A year. Okay. So, and they say he's not going to be of great use. So basically a year ago, he died. And that's when Zhao decided to do the 7 nails thing of his own. I mean, also him dramatically painting the white blooms red. Everything about him. I love Zhao's actor. I love his character. Everything about him. He's like, 81 of our brothers came to Jinzhou with... Oh! The tree! Each of the blooms were one of them. One of the 4 seasons. And he paints them red when they die. And now there's just one white blossom left. Oh my God. What? That's insane. I love that. That is so crazy. Okay. So then they slow cam this shirt takeoff and everything. In order to leave the window of heaven, I spent 1.5 years inserting the nails into my body. Okay. So we have the 6 of the 7 nails. There are 2 ways to insert the nails. So, and he's got other scars from other things too, but If you insert all 7 at once, then the person being tortured will quickly lose their senses. Okay, and he can only live for 3 years. So I also like this too, because when he goes to put the prosthetics on and everything and do the makeup, this is kind of like showing that he has experience with it before. So he didn't just decide on a whim to become a beggar. He's been probably prepping for this for some time. So if you quickly put it in, if you quickly do all 7 nails, then you're just going to basically be this beggar with no senses for 3 years. Which is what he has to do to buy, because the other guards are watching, and that's how it goes. But instead, Zhou has been slowly torturing himself for 1.5 years. So far for 1.5 years, he's been slowly inserting. He says if you insert 1 nail every 3 months. So if you think of it that way, 1 nail every 3 months would be 15 months, or at this point, 18 months, which is about 1.5 years. So the past 18 months, which they said it's only been 1 year since he died. So maybe Zhao was thinking about leaving alongside Zhu Zhao before and started this process beforehand. But yeah, and you let them gradually start to meld with your skin and become part of your body. I'm just saying, they zoomed in on his face, and I know he was in pain, but you could say other things. You'll still retain half of your martial skills. And what does it say there? You'll retain half of your martial skills. And then what else did they say? And even though you will only have 3 years of life, so you still keep half of your skills. If you do it this way, you don't lose them all at once. And even though it says there, your senses will only disappear slowly until death. So it slows the loss of senses. So he needs to put this 7th nail in to get the whole process completely started. You just have to endure the extreme pain that will last for 3 years and another 18 months. Oh, okay. So what that basically means is that it's 18 months of prep before you insert. And once you insert the 7th nail, then you only have 3 years left. Okay. So as of right now, he hasn't started to lose any of his senses yet left, and he's not lost the half of his martial ability. What they don't show us is him actually putting in the 7th nail. So when he became a beggar, did he put in the 7th nail, or is he still holding on to it? I mean, I assume he's putting in the 7th nail, but I assume he's put in the 7th nail, and the 3 years has started after that point. But then, of course, he sees. Okay, so I want to get a picture of him. He sees his buddy there, Zhu Zhao, and Zhu Zhao is like, "Please don't do this. Please don't stop. Please don't." He's like, "Why are you crying? What's there to cry about? It's what I deserve." The 81 brothers of the Four Seasons Mountain Villa, they all died in my hands, and our heritage is terminated. I couldn't protect a single one of you. I even killed your lover. Well, you did do that. And I feel somebody's like, how can I face you? My thing is was he really dead? Did he really die? I mean, he got his body back, so I guess he did. But damn, he's such a good actor. He looks so good there. Yep. And he killed her too. So anyway, what does he say? How could such an evil brother like me even exist? How could my meeting gift with my sister-in-law be something to make her commit suicide? Right? I mean, I felt for him right from the start, wanted to give him the biggest hug, honestly. So he finishes hacking himself up and goes to Prince Jin to basically be like, I'm leaving. And you can't stop me because I've already started this process. And he says, I need your help to achieve my goals. And he's like, I was just an ordinary man. And now that everything's peaceful, he's like, you don't need me anymore. He's like, I can only fight and I'm not going to be of great help to you. And it feels like Jin, he puts the beads down. I don't know the significance of the beads, but he puts the beads down. And he's like, but you're my dog. And this is like a mafia moment. I'm not going to have you walk away from this moment when I own you. And that's when he's like, I don't understand. And then, man, you could have made this a different genre and we could have gone a totally different route with this strip show, but we kept it classy, y'all. We kept it classy. And then he shows him the nails and everything. Like he basically undid the skin so you could see the nails, even though they had scabbed over. He wanted to open them up so the guy could see. I'm not complaining about this moment. And he has like all the scars on his back too. I do like the addition of all the scars and everything. And he's like, my will has broken. And I want my bones yearn to go home. I already left the window of heaven. And he's like, just give me the 7th nail so I can go. I've inserted 6 of them. I just need the 7th. Oh. And he's like, I hope you can consider the merit of my hard work. You know, even though I have no merits of any achievements, I still did everything you asked me to do. And I like that the prince is going to kill him, but he can't do it. He's like, he wanted to kill him, but he still couldn't do it. He's like, if you allow it, I can drag this crippled body along for 2 extra years. Interestingly that he says that, right? Because I thought it was interesting that he said that because he's told us, the audience, that through the method that he's using, he's going to live 3 more years since it's taken 18 months of prep. But here he says, well, if you allow it, I can drag this body of mine along for 2 extra years. So it's almost as if he basically was hiding facts from Jin to make sure that he didn't let him stay. Because if he told the guy, he's like, hey, because of the technique I used, I actually am not going to lose all of my abilities or all of my senses all at once. So I'm actually going to be good for 3 more years. But because he said 2 more years, he really was hamming up the fact that like, oh, I'm actually going to be useless. And like, as soon as I put that nail in, so you can drag me along for 2 years if you want. I've spent a year putting these in. Uh-huh. Yeah, he knew exactly what he was doing. And he's like, if not, then just take my life. He's like, I'm going to die anyway. And he goes to kill him, but he doesn't do it. It's so wild. It's so wild. And then he gets mad and just like goes away. And he's like, all my men are gone. I'm really alone now. And he's like, you were lying to me, weren't you? If I spare you, are you willing to help me? Oh. And he's like, give me the last nail. And he's like, you'd rather lose your body and your life than be my trusted official. And he's like, fine. I understand your intent now. And he's like, I'm going to show you that I'll be successful no matter who I lose. So Pingju Duan, the vice captain, the vice commander, he gives him the nail. Okay. I mean, it's a really good scene. The Prince Jin guy, for being the antagonist and being like the power hungry guy, for saying that he's all alone and everybody's kind of either died or abandoned him, is a pretty crazy scene, right? But Zhao has already decided he's lost everyone and now he just wants out. And what does he tell him there? He says, from now on, you're the leader. So interesting that the vice commander like bumped up to leader. I mean, we just bypassed Han. Bypassed him. Bye, bitch. And yeah, so he gets the nail. And he says, we both got what we wanted today. Interesting. So for all we know, Duan wanted to be the leader and he got what he wanted. And then Zhao got it as well. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Okay. But I don't think we see him inserting the nail. He does ride off, and I'm like, how dare they give us just glimpses of his beautiful hair on that beautiful horse? He looks so damn good there in all black. Shut up. He looks so good there. I'm just going to simp on him the entire series. But yeah. So Zhao leaves. The heavens window leads to the underworld. Because they're assassins. Rumors endanger justice. The clouds hide the sun. Okay. Just you wait, Zhou Zishu. I will let you go for now. Uh-huh. But he's hiding himself as a beggar using prosthetics, so how's he going to know it's him? He probably won't. Also, this house in the middle of this giant fortress. Or forest. So he has all the makeup brushes, everything he took with him. And he has, like, the little ribbon and all to tie his hair back. And to tie it up. I'm like, okay. I mean, he has more flyaways now. That is, he's out in the wilderness, so he can be allowed flyaways, of course. So yeah, he does the powder and everything. I'm not sure because obviously cultivation magic, things like that. We're not going to question it. But he has this mask. I'm hoping he doesn't keep that mask on forever. I mean, as interesting as the mask is at making him look like a beggar, I hope he takes it off at some point. Uh-huh. Well, it is still kind of his face, though, even with the latex over it. Or that equivalent of it. But, with the facial hair drawn on. I do hope he takes the mask off and all that. And then doing the prosthetic scar, the makeup. Okay. And then him dramatically throwing that damn, this beggar man, this hot ass beggar throwing the cape over his shoulder. Shut the frick up. Do you even know? Do you even know? No. He's too hot to be a beggar. Uh-huh. Yeah, sure. He's like, he looks amazing in all aspects. But he's like, I don't know if we saw him put the nail in or not. I'm assuming that he has. So anyway, we go back to this land where there was at Mount Qingya. I'm assuming this is Mount Qingya where this is all taking place. But we have these ghosts. These ghosts. I like that the ghosts are people. I like that they look very human, even though they're ghosts. They don't have, like, any wisps or air or weird special effects around them. They just look like people, and they're demons, and that's it. I'm fine with that. That's great. But this whole glazed armor plot line now gets thrown back in here. So I like this ghost has the string, like the wire that it uses to knock all the soldiers out, which is great. It was giving me very Qirong vibes from Heaven Official's Blessing, which I approve of, just in his tricksteriness. But yeah. So he has something in his hand. What doth does he have in his hand? I want to go back and pay attention to that. Because they just were like, we're going to give you this little bit of exposition before we take you into the demon's nest, literally. But yeah, all these soldiers, so all the troops and everything are connected to the 10 devils. And then we see this one. It's the hanging ghost, right? I love the hanging ghost on the thread. It's great. It says the hanging ghost, the 10 devils of Ghost Valley. Hi, Ghost Valley. How you doing? So 10 devils of Ghost Valley. And we have one that is called the hanging devil, the hanging ghost. Oh, hanging ghost here. All right. And they flip off and go away. Okay. Bye, hanging ghost. Peace out. And it has, what does it have there? Is it the armory? It looks like it's part of it, if not the whole thing. But then somebody in red grabs them and chokes the life out of them. We don't know. So we don't know who it was. So it took the armor and someone in red took it themselves. Okay. Meanwhile, I love Ghost Valley, that it's this plateau held up by demon statues. Super cool. Love it. There's also this red tree growing in this gong and this lake and all of this. It felt very, and this character here feels very Huachong. By the way, this ghost in this Ghost Valley with the red on. I'm like, who be they? Who be they? I want to know what's going on. Okay, they're very adamant about not showing us his face, but he's got these 2 walnuts. They show it from a distance, but then they don't get close to it. So then there's 4 ghosts there. And there's 4 other ghosts there. So 8, 9. So the 10th would have been the hanging ghost. I'm like, is The treacherous hanging ghost. I'm like, but what? But his eyes, are they similar? Are they similar to his? I'm, me like trying to figure out, like do a facial reconstruction to see if it's him. Curse you, red eyeliner. I'm like, could it be? Did Zhou Zhao become a ghost and become the leader of the ghosts? Is that what happened? They jumped off the cliff with a vine and were caught off guard and we could not stop him. I love that all the different ghosts look very different, which is kind of cool. There's one with like the Joker like scars. There's one that has like this different makeup and the eyebrows. One's in green. There's a blonde one. Love it. We need to see this person is alive if his body is dead. Where is the body? No body, no death. Right? There wasn't a body under the cliff. So then we have the changing ghost. Okay, changing ghost. We have hanging and we have changing. We know those two so far. Okay. The changing one's the green with the lipstick. I love the blonde. I'm obsessed. But yeah, I should die 1,000 deaths. For the chief. Oh, I love the sneer that the chief gives as they crush the walnuts. Okay, why can't we get a close-up of their face? Mother trucker. They are adamant about not showing us that face. And the damn hair's in the way. Because I'm like, does it look like Liu Xiao's actor? Maybe. But why are they suddenly evil? Because they're a ghost. So we have the chief. The hanging ghost stole my glazed armor. Okay, so, or it said their glazed armor. So is the chief Rongzhan? It said 20 years prior, though, that Rongzhan was killed. So has Rongzhan come back as a ghost with the glazed armor, and this is them, and this is them, and this is Rongzhan? They're like, oh, the glazed armor, that's not good. Give the order to all 3,000 ghosts in Mount Qingya. I want everyone to go out and kill the traitor. Okay, but someone in red, whichever one of you gets the armor back for me, will be promoted to the head of the 10 devils. So my thing is, the person in red that took the armor back, is it not them? Is this ghost leading, is the chief leading them all in a wild goose chase? Who else in red has the armor? I'm so curious. I want to know more about who they are. And we don't get to see their full face, so why? So 3 months later, here's the thing. It says 3 months later, as we go in here, 3 months have passed. Okay. 3 months have passed, and we're in Yuzhou. And everybody's just hanging out, having a good old time. And then our sweet Zhao is living up the beggar's life on the streets, just chilling by the stairs, not having a care in the world, and just drinking stuff. So then we have at this tea house, we have our this girl getting drunk on a Wednesday. This girl, and then this man, which they keep showing us just like lips and stuff. So I'm like, is it not the same as the chief of the ghosts? This girl is everything. The purple, the flowers. She like has a Daphne from Scooby-Doo vibe in a sense, but she also gives off yandere vibes in the same like setting. So yeah, our beggar guy is sitting there drinking Zhao after being a beggar for 3 years. I wouldn't even switch places with the emperor. Oh, so he's saying that like, I'm going to live out the rest of my days as this beggar, but I have nothing to do. I'm carefree. I'm living life as it is. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Okay. That makes more sense. He's only been doing this for like 3 months. Drinking his booze. So anyway, and she's like, oh, master, that beggar's optimistic. Look at the homeless people, master. I am like, she is amazing. I am like, she is just getting drunk on a Wednesday, look at the homeless folk. Like, she is so problematic and amazing at the same time. I'm like, look at her go. And then we get this man in white, Win Keishing. So we get Win Keishing, who I'm so curious about him. He's instantly like, what? And she's like, oh, the beggar doesn't even have a bowl before him. And so what's her name? I thought they might be related, but they're not. Gu Jiang. Oh, Gu Girl. I'm going to call her Gu Girl. Or Jiang. Well, isn't Jiang her first name? But Gu Girl, she is everything. She is so much. I kind of love her energy, though. I didn't know she comes across as super ditzy, but then she's not super ditzy. She's like, he didn't get any money. He's so delighted still. I almost wondered if the two of them were ghosts and they were just trying to like pass off as people in the real world, because she acts like whenever he calls her a kind lady, she's like, I'm called a kind lady. Oh my God. Like, she's never been called that before in her life. It just made me feel like maybe she was a demoness that was passing herself off as a human. This guy though, smirking over his little thimble of alcohol. Excuse me, sir. What I like about him so far, we know nothing about him, but I like that Zhou is this tortured soul. Zhou is this tortured, deep, empathetic, I've lived a horrible existence. I'm just ready to pass off my days and leisurely and just let it all go. And then usually a character like him with the white on an MXTX novel would be very stoic, but he has kind of like this devilish mischievousness to him that I'm like, okay, all right, I'm interested to know what your deal is. But yeah, no, they seem like, no, they're different men though. I'm so, these side bangs are throwing me off. I guess they're all different men. Huh. Yeah. But he looks a lot like Liu Zhao though. He kind of does. So how does that even work? I'm so curious. I want to know. She is a lot, and I love Gu. Gu Zhang is a lot, and she's great so far. So he's like, what does she say here? Because what does she say? He looks like he hasn't had a full meal for 3 years. Well, he could die at any moment, right? And what does she say there? She says, I bet you that he's definitely a beggar. And he's like, well, what's at stake? And she's like, oh, well, if you win, you have to play cards with me for 3 days. And he's like, and what if you lose? And then she's like, then I'll play cards with you for 3 days. Like, she tries to make it like, she's like, there's nothing at stake here. And he's like, are you trying to trick me, little girl? And she's like, no. They both definitely strike me as like partners, like cultivation partners that are like just causing mischief. Just causing the most mischief. But I feel like Win Kijing as like, he sees right through him, but he doesn't understand why he's doing the things that he's doing. Interesting. She's like, a kind lady. See, let's bet again. And he's like, I'll treat you to a drink. And then she gives him the teapot. And she just floats over there, like it's no big deal. Because she knows her martial arts and all that. And then when she kicks up and she's like, you're such a piggy bear. When she kicks up the coins and everything, that was pretty cool. I liked that. But yeah, he says, who says I'm a beggar? I'm just here to sunbathe. And that's when she looks back to Win and she's like, oh my God, you were right. I lost the bet. And he just looks over with the giant fan. I don't know. Are both of these divas? Are they both divas? I'm used to one being a diva and the other being not a diva, but is this a pairing of two divas? Are these two peacocks locked in an epic battle? I'm so curious. I am so curious. But here's the thing. Whenever Zhao looks over to him, he looks like Liu Zhao, right? Am I right? Because it's like, why would you look at him like that if you didn't see a resemblance? I mean, and of course she's like, well, you tried to trick me into giving wine, so give it back. And he's like, no. And that's when they kind of fight over it. And the thing about this is like her having the whip, I'm like, oh, she seems like a nice lady, but girl has a whip. Like she is giving me vibes of like she would use that whip, don't you worry. Because then she does the one kid, she might cut off his tongue. Like she seems like she's sweet, but she's got a fiery temper. And then just as she's about to whip him, that's when Win comes in and grabs the whip. I want to know more. I want to know more, y'all. I need to know more, y'all. And I think we're going to find out more. We just got to wait and see. So, I've talked for an hour about this episode. Oh my God. Anyway, I am super excited to hear your thoughts down below, but I hope y'all have a wonderful week. I'm excited. I am excited to hear your thoughts down below. Please, no spoilers. I'm already ready for episode 2. I can't watch it yet because I have to go to work and download it. But I'm super excited to already dive in. So, but yeah, we've got this whole glazed armor storyline that seems like it's going to mix in with Zhou. I really like Zhou as this tortured soul who's just accepted his fate, that he's going to live out his days slowly dying as a beggar, and that's just the way that it's going to be. And I love that. I love his character already. I feel sad for his character. I want to hug his character. But I love this tortured anti-hero soul that's our protagonist. It's such a different protagonist than I'm used to, because I was thinking he was the villain and we were gonna meet like the protagonist. But no, he is the protagonist, which is great. And then we have this mysterious Wen Qing guy that we don't know about him and Gu Zhang, like how that works. And then we don't know, like, is he the reincarnation of Jin? Is he a ghost? Is he the chief of the ghosts? Who has the armor? What about the hanging ghost? All sorts of stuff's happening. And we only have 37 episodes for this entire story. So I have a feeling there's going to be a lot going down in this series. So with that being said, I hope y'all have a wonderful week. Please stay safe. Take care. And yeah, I will be back next week with episode 2 of Word of Honor. Bye!